Okay, students, good morning. So the students who are in the online, please confirm that. Am I audible? Okay. So now it's our time to see. I hope you people practiced the packages. Practiced or not? Practice na? Right. So not moving the head fastly, slowly, suspense. So full practice. Okay. Good. If you practice, it's good. If you don't practice, I cannot come and make you to practice. So take care by yourself. So need to practice very well. Then only we can become perfect. Now it's a time to see. To start with, check puja, check the spelling mistakes, all those things. Right. So try to next move to the next topic. Rare files is very easy to open, students. So this is a fundamental. Sumit Kumar. Please search in your YouTube how to open rare files. They'll give you a lot of techniques for you. Yeah. Let us go to Puja. Check, take care. I said already in the class, if possible. In further examples also, I will take care packages also in once spontaneously. I will use these packages in our class. Shall we start the new topic? Yes. Now, so let us start with the most important topic, that is exceptions. Now, I'm going to start with exception handling. Exception handling in Python. Exception handling in Python. Right. So take care carefully. So here I'm going to say what we are going to discuss. And this is one of the most important topic. So many days absent, 3 days, 4 days, went to home. You are in there, not feeling well. Okay. So it's okay. Okay. So take care now. Yes, mom. Pranav, modules topic over now. Packages also over. Still you are in modules only. So modules, packages over. Next I'm coming to where? Packages. Exception handling, I'm going to talk about it. It's a most important in real time. And everything is most important. And this is a most important. And everybody must understand most carefully. And from here onwards, student will get a lot of problems in understanding this topic. I can say from here, advanced Python is started. From here, advanced Python is started. Okay. So what is the index? What I'm going to discuss as a part of this? Okay. Very easy. Number one, purpose of exceptions. Purpose of exception handling. Purpose of exception handling. That's the first point. Second point I'm going to start with. What is meant by exception? What is meant by exception? And next we must understand in the class what is meant by exception handling. What is meant by exception handling? Okay. Next we need to understand types of errors. Types of errors. How many types of errors are there generally? 2 types we will say. One is compile time error, runtime error. Okay. You will say only 2, but there are 3 errors are there. One is called, I will explain in detail, compile time errors. Next B is called what? Logical errors. Most important today's classes, and that too first class is very important. Logical errors. And the next is called what? C is called what? Runtime errors. This is a most effective discussion is going to take place. Our topic of exception handling deals with what? Runtime errors. Okay. Right. I will explain in detail. First, I am writing the index. That is our policy of the class. Next, we are supposed to understand types of exceptions. Types of exceptions we are going to discuss. Option A, we are discussing about predefined exceptions. Predefined exceptions. I'm talking about predefined exceptions. Second point, I'm talking about programmer defined exceptions. Programmer defined exceptions. Of course, this predefined also known as what? Built-in exceptions. Built-in exceptions. Built-in means predefined. It is also programmer defined, also called as some people user. Actually, user defined exceptions is not correct terminology, but some people use, I'm writing that. Or called what? Custom defined exceptions. Custom defined exceptions. Customized exceptions, I'm going to say. Custom defined exceptions, I'm going to discuss. Okay, so how much important this topic, I can't imagine. Okay, next I'm going to talk about keywords used in exception handling. Keywords used in exception handling. What are the keywords used in exception handling of Python? One is try. I'll explain this in detail for you. That is, next is what? Except. Those who are coming from Java background, it is called a catch. Okay, since we are in Python background, we say except. Next, we will go for yes, ma'am, Patil, Shivani. Line number 8, exception handling. Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you. So exception handling. Next is called, third one is else. Next is fourth one is called what? Fourth one is called what? Finally, and next fifth one is called rise. So how much important these keywords, I can't imagine it. And everybody will ask you, explain about to try. Programmatically, you need to show what are the benefits of these things in real time, how we are using it. And next, we are talking about one more thing, syntax for handling exceptions. Syntax for handling exceptions. I will explain the programmatic syntax. So far, we did not use this. From now onwards, we will write these kind of things. Next, programming examples. Programming examples we are going to discuss. Okay, moreover, that is one part of our example part. And most important thing in real time is development of programmer defined exceptions, customized exceptions. Programmer defined exceptions I want to develop. Programmer defined exceptions. Steps for development of programmer defined exceptions, followed by programming examples. Programming examples I'm going to discuss. And next we are going to talk about ATM use case I will explain. That is ATM kind of operation. Some operations with exceptions. I'm going to explain. This is the total agenda of the exception handling. Okay, so very, very important topic, guys. I will just, you please go on listening carefully. By the end of the class, you'll get what is the purpose of exception handling. Today, I'm going to build around 8 to 9 points I'm going to explain. Okay, so I'm going to talk about in today's session, I'm going to talk about up to this part. Types of errors is the major important topic I'm going to explain. Okay, students, please let us start the discussion now without late. So index is clear. Now I'm going to enter into the topic now. Right, students, enter into that. In real time, to develop any project or any application in simple word, I can say. In real time, to develop any project or application, we need to choose a language. Then after that, by using this language, by using this language, we develop, carefully follow, we develop, compile, and run, nothing but execute the application, execute the programs. We compile, we develop, we run or execute the programs. Good. During this process, I'm writing here, during this process, right? During this process, we get various errors. We are talking about error handling now. We get various errors, and they are of three types. They are of how many types? Three types. They are of three types, right? What are those three types? Number one is what? Compile time errors. Compile time errors. Carefully go on listening it. At the end of the class, I will ask you, are you perfect? Means you will say, sir, perfect, you will say. Compile time errors. Second one, I'm talking about logical errors. Next is called what? Third one is runtime errors. So very peacefully try to listen the class. You will follow me like anything. So first I will speak about compile time errors. How easy they are. So let us coming to this point. So let us start with compile time errors. How easy they are. Simple. So let us coming to the door closes. So let us coming to the compile time errors. Why these compile time errors are coming? Now I am writing. Compile time errors are those which are occurring. Compile time errors are those which are occurring during compilation time. Which are occurring during compilation. What is meant by this compilation here? Compile time errors occurring during what? Compilation process. Can anybody can tell what is the compilation process? I don't want any theoretical answer. I want practical answer. Can anybody can say, including all the online students? I'm just very much interested to know this. Nasir, I'm not asking the reason. What is compilation process? You tell me. Compilation process, you tell me. Nasir, I'm asking the question called what? Compilation meaning. Anybody else? Right. Umesh? Fine. So that means you are not practicing your programs properly. Converting .py into .pyc is called which process? Compilation process. Explain or not explain now? Explain or not explain now? Explained. Where? In the interpretation level only I explained. Sum.py, compilation, .pyc, last class also, underscore dot pycache underscore. Inside of it, our module name .cpython 310 .pyc. What does that pyc contains? Intermediate code. What is an intermediate code? Byte code. Explain or not explain now? That is known as what? Compilation process. Right. So during that conversion of source code into intermediate code, we are getting this compile time errors. Why these errors are coming? Compile time errors occurs due to, why these are occurring? Compile time errors occurs due to syntaxes not followed. Syntaxes not followed. Due to that, our compile time errors will occur. Compile time errors are occurring because of what? Syntaxes are not followed. Let us go immediately, check it out. Go to your place, Python, go to the Python environment, Python 3.10. Please look at students, all of you. There I am writing A is equal to 10, correct? B is equal to 20, correct? C is equal to what? A plus. That's it. I said only plus. Plus require two operands. Plus require two objects, left side and the right side. But I'm missing the right side. Intentionally, I forget the right side. Now I'm passing it. Because of that, what is happening? You see, what is coming? Syntax error. It is nothing but who is catching this error? Is the PVM is catching or Python compiler is catching? Python compiler is catching. These errors are catched by whom? Python compiler. Understand? Good. Go back to this point. Due to syntaxes are not followed and they are traced by what? And they are traced by PVM, so Python compiler. Very good. Coming to the next part of this, another point I'm going to discuss. And this compile time errors, dear students, compile time errors, who will solve it? Go there. Who will solve it, students? Programmer only will solve during your development time. A plus B. Now I will say what? Print C. I will say. Now I got the result. C, students, compile time errors solved by come on, whom? Solved by Python programmers. From the basics I am explaining. Understand, at the end of the class, let 10 points in the class that are the building points for exception handling development. Solved by Python programmers at development level, at your product development level, or at project development level, I can say this is the one. Okay, this is, we already well aware of this. Whenever you do any mistake programmatically, you will get which errors? Compile time errors. Am I correct? Good. Whenever we do any mistake in the program, right, we are getting what? Compile time errors. Who will solve it? We solve it. Okay. Let us coming to the logical errors, students. Logical errors, I am going to talk about it. And of course, this I wrote it specially. Let us coming back to this logical errors. Observe, students, what is this logical errors meaning is, how these are coming. I'm just going to explain this. Look at, my dear students, I'm going to give you the clarity here. What is it? A is equal to 10. Let A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 2 or 3. And calculate what is that calculation require? Calculate C is equal to I can say A plus B by 2. I'm saying that A plus B by 2. I'm saying. Now this is the sentence we have. This is a statement we have. Now I want to go for A plus B by 2. I just wrote it. So what is this happening? How this is? It's a mathematical statement. It is. Programmer 1, just observe it. Programmer 1 follows this logic. What he is doing, you know, student? He is doing A is equal to 10. And then B is equal to 20. B is equal to some 3. And next is doing what, you know, so student? C is equal to A plus B by 2. C is equal to A plus B by 2. What is this A plus B by 2? He is just doing, what is the answer is getting? The answer is getting, can anybody can say this is programmer 1. Wait there. I will take up one more thing. Programmer 2. I am showing two possibilities. Programmer 2 is following this logic. What is this logic, students? I say here, I am saying that, A is equal to 10, B is equal to something like, you know, 3, and C is equal to what, you know, student? A plus B by 2. He is doing like that. In both the places, two different programmers are understanding two different ways. Now the answer is coming what? You only tell me what is the answer is coming here. Come on, guys. 11. What happens? Going to paint. So here it is going to be what? 11.5 is an answer here. And he's the answer is what here? What is the answer here? Answer is, what is it? 10 plus 3, 13. 13 by 2. 6 point. According to your answer, according to the given statement, which one is the correct? 6.5 is the correct. So this is nothing but, it is the correct. He understands the correct picture of the given statement. I am not saying that left side is wrong. I am not saying that left side is wrong. Left side may be correct, but the statement, given statement is something different. And what they understand is different. What they understand is different. I hope you are understanding this. So this is simply, this is one of the logical error. Because of wrong representation of the formula, because of what? Wrong representation of the formula, we are getting such type of result. Correct? And because of the correct representation of the formula, we are getting the correct result. So this is called incorrect according to the given statement. This is called incorrect according to the given statement. According to the given statement, this logic is correct. So I'm going to confirm my statement. This logic is correct. This logic is wrong. Understanding that, I'm confirming my statement that, I'm confirming, my dear students, due to wrong representation of the logic, we are getting which errors? Wrong results will come. That wrong results are called errors only. Such errors are called logical errors. Understand? Let's go back. Let us go back and then mention it here. Logical errors are those. I'm writing, students. Logical errors are those. Logical errors are those which are occurring. I am writing here, which are occurring.
Recording in progress.
Wrong representation of what? Logic. Due to wrong representation of logic. Due to wrong representation of logic, we get it. And logical errors always gives, logical errors always gives what results? Wrong results. And they must be solved by, solved by which programmers? Python programmers. Solved by Python programmers. During which level? Product development level. During what level? Project development level itself. I can give during project development level. So these are the basic points I'm going to give you the clarity. A strong points you are learning in this case. Right. Up to here, no issues at all. Both of them are happening at which level? Project development level only. Understanding, students? And your PVM don't know, execution time means who will come? PVM will come. Understand, students? The PVM don't know what is the correct logic. According to the logic which you have written, the output will come. Let me show you that. Let us go to that. Both the answers I will show you, students. A is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. And B is equal to 3. C is equal to A plus B by 2. Yes, print C. It gives 11.5. PVM can't, whatever the logic you have written, it will give you. It can't say that A plus B by you write in the bracket. That is according to our statement, he wrote like that. One more person is written what? C is equal to what he is doing? A plus B by 2 and print of C. 6.5 is an answer is coming. Both the answers are correct, you may feel, but according to the given statement, you have to understand the representation of the formula. Understand, students? Right. Go back to this point up to here, dear students who are in the online. Are you following, my dear students, up to here? Come on, students. So, quickly try to understand, ma. Good. So, coming to this place, this logical errors gives wrong results, and they must be solved by Python programmers during which level? Project level, right? So logical errors are those which are occurring during, during or occurring due to, I can say, yes, mom. So some student who suggested me, yeah, that's correct. I just changed, my dear student. Occurring due to wrong representation of logic. Very nice. Up to here, no issues. So both logical errors as well as compile time errors are occurring at what time only? Project development level only. And the next we are entering into next level, that is our next level explanation is starting. What is the next level explanation starting, students? Runtime errors I am going to discuss. Look at, students, this points, if you understand, you are going to become very good in the area of the programming. Runtime errors. Tell me, students, runtime errors are those which are occurring due to, runtime errors are those which are occurring during, why? Same to same. Occurring during what time? Execution time. During execution time. So they are occurring during execution time or runtime only. That's nice. But why? This compile time errors are occurring due to syntaxes are not followed. Syntaxes are not followed. Syntaxes are not followed. Logical errors are occurring because of what? Wrong representation of logic. Runtime errors are occurring due to what? That generally, of course, you don't feel it, my dear students. No, most of the people are not aware of it. Most of the people are not aware of it. 100% that is, including you also. Including you also. Right. So why runtime errors are, how many errors are there? Compile time errors, runtime errors. Everybody will say, including you also. But why runtime errors are occurring? Compile time errors occurring, you will say, because of syntax is not followed. Why runtime errors are occurring? 101% student cannot answer it. This is not only simply I'm saying, because this is one of the most important area now. Now I'm saying, due to these errors are occurring due to invalid input. I'm writing in capital. Invalid or what? Wrong input or wrong input. Wrong input. Wrong input. Entered by application users. Application users or end users. I will elaborate, my dear students. Wait. Or what? End users. Well, this is the most important point. I can't imagine how much it is. Let's take immediately direct attack on the subject. When a customer enters into the ATM center, we enter into the ATM center. Who are us? Application user. Actually, runtime errors are nothing but what? One type of implementation errors. Implementation errors are called runtime errors. ATM project is developed very well, compiled it, no errors, no logical errors. They tested, everything is right, fine, ready to release, released, launched. Launched means it is under working. Now we enter. What is enter? Venkatesh, where is the mistake, ma? So tell the line number. Line number 27. Okay. So since I copied, that point is coming. Runtime errors are those which are occurring. Runtime errors are those. Yes, ma'am. Runtime errors are those which are occurring during what time it is coming? Invalid or wrong input entered by application users. Now, runtime errors are also known as what? Implementation errors. Implementation errors are nothing but a project is being under execution. Is called what? Implementation errors are runtime errors. ATM application is running well. It is 24/7. It is under running. Now you entered. Who are you? End user. Application user we are. A person who is operating on our application is called end user. So I entered. I kept my card in reverse order. by mistake in a more hurry manner. I kept my card in a reverse order. What will happen? Think of it. Is my ATM application will scan my card? Will read my card number? It cannot. So definitely what it gives. Understand? So far what we did, we only developed it, we only executed. That is called what? Under testing phase it is. Now today we learned programming. Today we are coming to what? Robustness we are making. We are making our project to be robust. Strong we are making. How to make our application as strong? You develop it, give to any unknown person, let him operate on it. Let him find some mistakes in my program. In what way? Enter your name. He is entering, instead of name, he is entering alphabets. He is entering what? Alphabet. Instead of name, alphabets, he is entering numbers. Will your program must take a? No. Name should be what? Purely string, purely alphabets, and one space or two spaces according to my requirement. Numbers are not allowed. Special symbols are not allowed, except space allowed. Space allowed. Other special symbol, dollar, hash, those things are not allowed. How to develop that? With our coding, which I am going to explain in exceptionally. Other than this, if they enter, it should give me a soft message for you, saying that it is not possible to enter like this. And come on to our ATM application once again. We enter into the ATM center. Listen very carefully. We kept the call in reverse order by mistake. What will happen? Is your ATM application will give the money for you? Is it ready to process? No. What it says? Please remove the card and insert properly. How it is coming? Imagine that point you take and then analyze. How it knows? Tell me. That means you have to understand the ATM project developer who is developing, he is having lot of forecasting knowledge. Forecasting knowledge means what? After 6 months, whatever I am going to release, after 6 months, what I am going to release, today only I am considering what end user will enter. After 6 months before I am releasing, I am discussing today only with my team members. After releasing my project, the end user may keep my project in reverse order. Keep the card in reverse order. That time, how do you process? Please write that code in your ATM project. Please address that issue in my project. Right or not? How can I address that? By using a simple technique called what? Exception handling. If the card is kept in reverse order, should I process or should not process? Should not process. I should stop the process and I should tell him that remove your card and insert properly. That transaction should be cancelled abnormally. Such a type of mechanism can be easily adopted by the concept of what? Exception handling. Did you understand? Tell me, who will do the mistakes? End user. End user mistakes are understandable by whom? Programmer. Such a type of coding you have to write in your project. How you can understand the requirements? With your forecasting knowledge. By studying the business requirements. Am I correct? Okay. So you kept the card in reverse order. The software is saying that please remove the card and insert properly. I feel, oh, ATM project is so strong. I keep my card properly. Now it is asking, hello, your PIN number. PIN number by mistake entered wrong. PIN number by mistake entered wrong. And then immediately it is saying, will it continue? Will it stops? It stops and say to you what? Invalid PIN number, try again. Again, I feel it is a very strong project. Are you getting? So stopping abnormally and giving what message? A simple English messages are giving where end user can understand. That messages are called user-friendly error messages. Please tell me, user-friendly error messages. You take your mobile, home screen, if you want to go, you need to enter the pattern or not? Pattern or PIN number. If you draw wrong pattern, what it says? Invalid pattern. What is that invalid pattern? Which message? User-friendly error message. If you keep the PIN, if you enter wrong PIN, invalid PIN, try again. What is that message? User-friendly error message. That means already the code was written internally. What code? The pattern what he is drawing is compared with the original pattern which you have already registered or not. If they are matching, further home screen will be shown. Otherwise, it is saying that rejected. Am I correct? Did you understand slowly? Okay. You entered PIN number correct again, and it is asking, showing the options. You are choosing on withdraw button. Touch the withdraw screen, and it is asking enter the money. I am entering 20,000, but you have how much? 10,000 only. What will happen? Will it process or abnormally terminate? Abnormally terminate. Why? You are entering wrong input. Entering more amount than your existing balance is a wrong input. Keeping the card in reverse order is called wrong input. Entering wrong PIN number is called what? Wrong input. These are all called what errors? Runtime errors. Implementation errors. Not in my project errors. These are called implementation errors. Understand, students? You are entering username password wrong. Username password wrong. Whenever I enter username password wrong, what is happening? Is it showing the message or not? Invalid username, invalid password, try again, like that it is saying or not? How it is saying? Internally, the one and only one most powerful concept called what? Exception handling concept is addressing. Come on, for my satisfaction, all of you should understand. Once again, I will give more and more examples. Runtime errors are those which are occurring due to which input? Invalid or wrong input entered by whom? Or what? Right. My dear students, if I come to this point, that's why in real time, before you are going to develop any application, if you are developing a scratch level project onwards, there will be a lot of runtime errors has to be addressed. Lot of runtime errors has to be addressed. Means what? End user mistakes are many. Those end user mistakes are addressed indirectly with the help of the programming concept called what? Exception handling. That's why exception handling concept is a minimum in every programming language. Java, you take it. Oracle, you take it. In every moment of it, what is compulsory? Exception handling is compulsory. That's why before I'm going to further concepts, I'm covering exception handling first, so that I can use exception handling in files. I'm using exception handling in database communication. I'm using exception handling in OOPS. I'm using exception handling in multi-threading. I'm using exception handling in network programming. I can use exception handling in data science. I can use exception handling in artificial intelligence. In everywhere else, exception handling is a minimum. Like irrespective of the bike you are driving, helmet is compulsory for protecting by yourself from unauthorized or things. Some things will happen abnormally. To protect those things, exception handling will be most important. Are you getting? Now, so ultimately you tell me, by using exception handling in my project is going to become weak or strong? Strong. So far the programs what you have written, you only executed. But in real time, what is happening? What you are developing, an end user is going to work on it, and end user is going to interact with it. How he is going to submit the inputs, you don't know. He is submitting some input which is irrelevant, which is known as what? Runtime error. Wrong inputs are always called what? Runtime errors. Dear students, I'm giving one important point once again. So exception handling purpose is to develop. Exception handling purpose is to develop robust applications. Robust means what? Strong enough to address the needs of end users. Strong enough to address the needs of end users. Well, let's move to the further discussion. Let's move to the further discussion. What is the next one? Generally, whether you take Java or Python or any programming language you take it, whenever the end user enters wrong input to any Python program or Java program or C++, even Oracle or .NET, by default, the runtime environment like PVM, JVM in Java, right or not? In different places, definitely one execution component will be there. Whenever you enter wrong input in the implementation level, by default, it gives a message which is not understandable by the end users, which is called technical error messages, we can call. Which messages? Error messages. Who will understand technical error messages? Generally, programmers only can understand. Who cannot understand? End user cannot understand. But is there any use of such development? No. So for the end user, which messages I have to give? User-friendly error messages. But by default, which messages I am getting? Technical error messages. So who will come in middle of it? You people will come in middle of it. Python programmer will come in middle of it. Converting what messages? Technical error messages into what? User-friendly error messages. Some programming you need or not. That programming is called exception handling programming. What is exception handling program will do? It converts technical error messages into user-friendly error messages. That is the aim of what? Exception handling. What is exception? What is exception handling? I will give the clarity for you. First of all, are you understanding why we are learning exception handling? Exception handling purpose is to build robust applications. Robust means what? Strong applications. By default, when the end user enters which messages? Wrong inputs, invalid inputs. By default, we get which messages? Technical error messages. Are they recommended to generate in the software industry? No. Recommended to give which messages? User-friendly error messages. How can I get user-friendly error messages programmatically? By using which topic? So what is the purpose of exception handling? What is the definition of exception handling? Converting technical error messages into. That's why we are having some keywords are there. Some syntax is there. Try is there, except is there, raise is there, finally is there, else is there. These keywords directly or indirectly helping me converting the technical error messages into user-friendly error messages. Are you able to understand little bit? Right. So students in the online up to here, are you okay, students? Up to here, okay, student. Mallesh, very good. So come on, more. Conclude all of you. Are you understanding? Quickly. Is it clear for all of you what I am explaining? Still, I will move to the further. Still, I will move to the further. Very good. Now, let us move to the further discussion now. I am going to say, runtime errors are those which are occurring due to invalid or wrong inputs entered by application user. So, runtime errors. Now, I am writing one important point. Runtime errors are addressed by whom? Programmers by studying the problem statement by studying the addressed by programmers with their forecasting knowledge, I'm writing one important word, with their forecasting knowledge, and by studying what? Problem statement. So how can I study? I will conduct some preliminary investigation when I go to the banking software development. I speak to various clerks. What are the operations you are getting the problem from the customers? They will tell me. They will submit like this. They will enter like this. These are all called what? Runtime errors. Those things I have to address in my program. That is known as which errors? Implementation errors are runtime errors. Did you understand? So tell me now, I'm going to prepare one important points now. I'm going to build a lot of points in the class. Let us see. How many types of errors? 3 types. Number 1, compile time errors, logical errors. Right. Students who are in the online, instead of typing, if you take a much time on it, you can say user-friendly error messages means UEM, you can say. Technical error messages means TEM, you can say. But don't tell this full forms in interview point of view. This is only for your charting quickly with me. Right. Next, technical error message TEM. User-friendly error message means UEM, you can say. Don't tell offline students like that. Only permitted for charting students. Right. Come on, students. Now I'm going to say logical errors are occurring due to wrong representation. Runtime errors are occurring due to what? Invalid or wrong input entered by application users. I hope that this is clear. Now I'm going to say very, very important points to be remembered. In exception handling. Now I'm going to introduce a very, very important discussion. I'm going to make it. A very, very important discussion I'm going to make it. So let us start with Points to be remembered in exception handling I am going to talk. Shall we start, students? Right. Now I am going to write lot of points, students, lot of points. This is the programming which I am entering. Before entering into the programming, I am going to make these points very clear for you so that you people can understand. Minimum I will write 8 points. Later I will prepare some more points. Let us write one by one. When the runtime errors will come, you tell me. When the runtime errors will come, all the online students, please say quickly. You also tell me when the runtime errors will come. When the end user enters which input? Invalid input. This wording is very important. Generally, exception handling means most of the people will feel very, very difficult. Very, very difficult they will feel. But once we are in this class, you should say like anything. Okay, na? So beginning some difficulty is there. When I enter into the programming, you will feel, sir, dead easy, you will say. Right. Come on, tell me. When the application user, I'm writing here, when the application user enters what? Invalid input or what? Wrong input. Which input? Wrong input. Then we get, come on, then we get, come on. When the application user enters invalid or wrong input, then we get which errors? Runtime errors. Runtime errors. That's one point I will say. Runtime errors always gives by default which messages? Carefully answer my question. Runtime errors by default gives which messages? Technical error messages. But we are recommended to give which messages? So to do this conversion, what is required? One programming topic is required, that is called exception handling. Dear students, runtime errors by default gives which messages? Come on. Technical error messages which are understandable by whom? Programmers, but not end users. But not what? End users. Runtime errors are by default. Runtime errors by default gives technical error messages which are understandable by programmers, but not by end users. Now I can say, industry always recommends. I am going to build so many points. Always recommends to give which messages? To give user friendly error messages instead of what? Instead of which messages? Yes, technical error messages. Instead of technical error messages, you need to give this. This is what I'm trying to give this point. Runtime errors, when the application user enters invalid input or wrong input, then we get which errors? Runtime errors. Runtime errors always by default gives technical error messages which are understandable by programmers, but not by end users. Industry always recommends to give which messages? User-friendly error messages instead of what? Technical error messages. Well, now I'm going to give you the next definition of exception. Look at that. First time you are looking at this meaning. Definition of what? Exception. Always look into two different words. Exception handling. Two different words it is. It is not one word. Exception is different. Exception handling is different. You already learned in my class what is exception handling. What is exception handling? Exceptions means what? Difficult to understand. Abnormal situations. All of a sudden they are occurring. Unpredicted things. They are called what? Exceptions. Abnormal situations are called what? Exceptions. Understanding, students? Right? Definition of exception. How can I define it, sir? Runtime errors of a program. are called what? Exceptions. Come on quickly. Runtime errors of a program are called what? Exceptions. My dear students, I would like to give a clarity here. Tell me, runtime errors are coming because of what? Invalid input gives what error? Which error? Runtime error. Runtime error is known as what today? Runtime error is known as what today? Now tell me, hence every invalid input is called. That's it. Every invalid input is called what? Runtime error, you forget. Runtime errors are nothing but exceptions. An individual is doing mistake by entering into ATM center. It is called exception. I am going on the way and watching the mobile and getting step by step and all of a sudden fall down. It is called what? Exception. Anything abnormally happening, it is called what? Exception. Okay. So, Kuruva, syntax errors comes under, okay. Yes, ma. Kuruva, syntax errors comes under where, sir? See, ma. Kuruva, did you join late, ma? Did you join late? Compile time errors only? Okay, no. Okay, you came on time. You see, ma, already I said, na. So see, compile time errors are those which are occurring during compilation process. Compile time errors occurs due to syntax is not followed. Okay, very good. I thought you joined late. Okay, comfortable. Shall I move forward? Right. Come on, students. Now, fourth point I am going to say. What is the definition of exception, please? Runtime errors of a program is called. Why do you get runtime errors? Invalid input. Every invalid input is called runtime error. Runtime error is called. What is exception? Invalid input. So whenever the end user enters invalid input, which is considered as what? Exception. Hence, dear students, please catch these points because it is just like a story. It is just like a story. Since hence, every invalid input gives. Every invalid input gives. Come on, ma. Exception. Understand? Two things you remember, ma. Always from now onwards. This is a very good point I am giving to you. I am writing here. Keep in mind, apply to any project. Apply to any project. Inputs. How many types of inputs are there, ma? How many types of inputs are there? How many types of students are there? How many types of students are there? Two types. One is sincere student, one more is non-sincere students. Sincere students are called valid input, gives valid output. Sincere student always get the result. Non-sincere students get the problems. That is open secret. Open secret, that is. Sincere faculties, non-sincere faculties. Sincere faculties, so much of career. Non-sincere faculties, within 1 year, going to home. Right? So, how many types of inputs? Come on. Valid input. Valid input. Next is called what? Invalid input. Don't give these examples. Sincere student, non-sincere student. Just I am entering into your brain. I want a place in your brain to inject my subject. Because when I talk other than the subject, now you will allow me with a smiling face. When I speak subject, now serious you are. That's why some small advertisement in middle of the class. That too not big advertisement. Some 5 to 6 seconds advertisement. Invalid input. Ajay Kumar, are you there? Okay. Ankit is there today. Ankit, Pranav. Pranav asked one. Ankit, you are there. Okay. Pranav, are you there? You asked the modules completed, sir, like that. So I hope you are absent. Pranav, Santosh, you are there. I seen already. Okay. Umesh is there. Santosh is there. Pooja is there. All of them are there. All of them are there. 209 students are there. I cannot call all the 209 students, ma'am. Please, Abhinav is there. Aditya is there. Akshay is there. Everybody is there. Kunal, you are also there. Here, your name from you, sir. Okay. Right. Okay. Maima is there. Okay. Everybody is there. It is not an attendance class. Taking attendance sheet. Aditya, Akshay, Ankit, Pranav, like that. Okay, ma. Please come to my subject. Most of the time we will be on the subject because so much is there to cover it. Because if I take long time, you will feel, sir, when we have to go to the job. If that hurry is there during your BTech, na, by the time you are in good position. 4 years wasted, na? 4 years wasted or not? Wasted or useful? Wasted. Money gone, time gone, friendship is waste friendship. Everything is gone. Now, I don't know whether you are, how you feel, I don't know. Huh? Ah, yes. Yes. Ankit, I will tell you. I will tell you when the Python course will be not yet over. I will tell you when before that we will go for cake cutting also. I will tell you 1 week before. Invalid input. Come on, ma. Come to my topic. Valid input always gives what? Successful result. Successful result. Am I correct? So I will get a successful result. I will get it. That is called a valid result is coming. Valid result will come. Invalid input gives what, students? Invalid input gives always. Come on, ma. Exception will come. Yes or no? Invalid input gives what? Exception. Let me show you an example. Direct example. One example. Please look at. A is equal to 10. B is equal to 2. C is equal to A by B. Print of C. Print of C. What is the result? 5.0. Because A is a valid input, B is a valid input. 10 by 5 is called valid input is coming. That is called A10, B2, 5.0 came. All of a sudden, C students, A is equal to 100, B is equal to 0, and then C is equal to A by B. Immediately, PVM cannot address that. Anything by 0. Anything by 0 is a valid input or invalid input? Huh? Invalid input. See, invalid input by default is called what? Exception. Exceptions by default gives which messages? Easy. By default gives which messages? Excellent. See the technical error message now. See the technical error messages, my dear students. See that. You don't worry. Just see that. I will tell you that. I will tell you. See such a message. Who will not understand? End user. Who can understand? We can understand. That too, programmers also cannot understand. Because who teaches very good Python, they can understand. The main important thing is zero division error. That is my tomorrow's biggest discussion I am going to do. It is a class name. It is a class name. Index error, key error, module not found error. Did you remember? Did you remember that? Type error, key error, module not found error, index error, unbound local error. These are all called what? Exceptions. I'll explain those things one by one. Such messages are called which messages, ma? Technical error messages. Who can understand? Programmers can understand. Who cannot understand? Such a type of message I want to convert into. Which messages I want to convert into? Don't enter. See, my dear student, don't enter 0 for denominator. Don't enter 0 for denominator. This message is known as which message? How can I convert the technical error messages into user-friendly error messages? By the beautiful concept called exception handling. Handling means what? Trouble handling. Troubles handling. Troubles handling means successful. Are you understanding? Exception handling. Exceptions means which messages? Technical error message. Handling gives which messages? That is the definition of exception handling. What is the definition of exception handling? The process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called what? Exception handling. Did you understand, students? Right. Students, did you understand this technical error message, ma? And did you understand this? I am going to show you this. For this, we require to learn syntax. There are 5 keywords we are using. What are those 5 keywords? I am going to explain. I will explain most perfectly. Don't worry. Go back to, my dear students. Go back to this place. Now I am going to write 4th point. What is it? Definition of exception. Inputs means how many inputs from now onwards? 2. Valid input gives result. Invalid input gives exception. Exception means what will be coming by default? Technical error message. Is it recommended in real-time projects? Recommended to give user-friendly error message. So definitely I have to apply what? Exception handling. Spell out once. Why are you not getting that word? Exception handling. Handling means converted into which message? So tell me, valid input gives result. Invalid input will give you. What you will do? Handle. Gives which message? User-friendly error message saying that don't enter this invalid input. When you are not reading, I will handle you. I say, please read the notes. Are you following? When you are reading, I am not saying he is reading. Understand well? Go to the point back. Now I am going to give. Exceptions always generates. Exceptions by default generates. Exceptions by default generates. Which messages? Technical error messages. Technical error messages. Technical error messages. By default, that is. See the word called. By default, I am saying. And programmatically, I'm going to say, programmatically, what is happening? Programmatically, programmers can convert. Programmers can convert. Which messages? Technical error messages. Programmers can convert. Which messages? Technical error messages. Because these points I have to write very carefully. Technical error messages into which messages? User friendly. What is this? Error messages. Technical error messages into which messages? User friendly error messages. Okay. So technical error messages. Did you understand? Now I am writing one more point. Definition of exception handling. There is no need to butify anything because you just follow me carefully. You will understand like anything. Definition of exception handling. I'm going to give you the clarity here. What is the definition of exception handling, students? The process of converting technical error messages into what? Into user-friendly error messages. Is called what? Exception handling. I hope you are understanding this. The process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called what? Exception handling. Up to here, are you okay? Comfortable? Now on the top of it, I will write one sentence, my dear students. The main purpose of, if the project is user-friendly error messages is one, and another project is giving only technical error messages, which one you feel that it is a robust? User-friendly error messages. Whoever is giving, that is called what? User-friendly error messages. Whoever is giving, that is called what? Robust. So now I am writing the purpose of what? Exception handling is that to develop, to develop or what? Build. To develop or what? Build. Which applications, ma? Robust applications. Robust means what, students? Strong applications. Robust, to build robust applications. See, on every topic heading, I am saying its purpose. Overall together, if I see the Python content, you will easily understand each content is for what purpose. Functions, reusability in the same program. Thinking somewhere. You went out of Amirpet, right? Where you went? I think, I hope you crossed SR Nagar, right? I was able to see. Then I am bringing to my class once again. Crossed Amirpet or crossed Hyderabad also? Thinking you went outside, na? You went out? Yes, I understand. So where? Thinking something? Conference, secret or something to be shared? Secret, huh? Secret, huh? Huh? You can't tell me? Open secret or topmost secret? Open secret means what? Hyderabad is the capital of Telangana. Like that is an open secret. Any such open secret or top secret? Top secret, huh? Okay, very good. So don't maintain any secrets, ma. Because if you maintain secrets, now you will feel tension always. Right? Maintain the secrecy of Python. Learn. Please follow. Now, coming to the point back. Now here, the process of converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages is called what? Exception handling. Exception handling. Morning, one student told me, my new batch started. Third day, I crossed 470 students. So one student came, sir, of course, because our student is concentrating outside, that's why I see. He is coming, sir, I'm listening the class, sir. But in middle, my mind is going automatically outside, sir. What can I do, sir? He's asking. My mind is going outside the class, he's saying. Automatically going, sir. Now I asked, how it is going? I don't know, sir. Automatically going, he's saying. That means he is not in his mind, is not in his control. He is under the control of his mind. That is dangerous, na? That's why I said, tomorrow onwards, sit with me. So you are under my control. Yes, sir. Tomorrow I will sit. So the girl section of boys section. So I said, sit boys section, I said. So he is having that type of doubts. He is not concentrating on Python. He is concentrating on his brain first. Like that. So that is also one new person I found today. So his mind is going automatically out of the class, it seems. Okay. Different students are coming with different mindsets. Fine. So let it be. So whatever is there, I'm sharing with you. The process of converting technical error messages into what? User-friendly error message is called what? Exception handling. So I will speak to online students once. Is the definition is clear? All of you. Yes. Kuruva, are you following, ma'am? Kuruva, are you following? Right. Okay. Fine. So, okay. New batch, ma, new batch. Kuruva, that is happened in new batch. So, are you following this? Are you following this? 7 a.m., ma, 7 a.m. Kuruva, that is not just said. Are you following this topic now? Are you following now? Right. Now, are you, online students, are you in are you in the class properly? Online students, you are also thinking outside. Of course, you are not thinking, most sincere students, because your responses makes me to understand. Outside means not that outside pronoun. Outside means not that much, ma. You are inside the home only, thinking about outside, I am saying. Pooja, maybe. Right. Now, Ajay Kumar, definitely we do that. We have the batches already previously. Now it is these days, 4 months onwards. I have this complete Python. Dijang also we will do. Dijang also we will take care. No problem. Yeah. Shall we move forward? Yes. So now next part I'm going to take care. What happens when an exception occurs? What is happening internally when an exception is occurring? Very important point. When an exception occurs, very powerful point, students, all of you, try to catch me quickly, don't take much time. When an exception occurs in Python program or Java program or .NET program or wherever it is, when an exception occurs in Python program, internally, 3 steps takes place. 3 steps takes place automatically. Sir, what are those 3 steps, sir? Option A, option B, option C. Option A, option B, option C. Option A, option B, option C. Shall we? Yeah. Look at these students, how simple it is. When an exception occurs in Python, internally, 3 steps takes place automatically. Option A. What is option A? Very, very easy. Look at that. PVM stops the program execution. PVM stops the program execution. PVM stops the program execution. Stops the program execution abnormally. PVM stops the program execution abnormally. Abnormally means what? If a program contains abnormally, right? Fine. Abnormally. Suppose my program contains 10 lines. Out of 10 lines, line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, no problem. 5th line, there is an exception. 6 is there, 7 is there, 8 is there. Because of that, what is happening? Program execution is successfully completed, means 1 to 10 completely executed. But in 5th line, there is a problem, input problem. That is happening what? There only stops the execution. It comes out and gives immediately which message? Technical error message. I'll show you that. PVM comes out of program flow. PVM comes out of program flow. PVM stops the program execution abnormally. PVM comes out of the program flow. PVM comes out of the program flow. Are you getting? Comes out of the program flow. I'll show you that. PVM generates by default. PVM generates by default which messages? Technical error messages. Technical error messages. PVM generates by default technical error messages. Let me show you an example. All of a sudden, go to the example immediately. See students, carefully observe it. Yes, Python, I'm writing here something like ex1.py. ex1.py. I'm saying A is equal to 10, B is equal to 0. Something like a print value of what? A is equal to comma A. Value of B is equal to, I'm saying that it is B. Value of A, value of B. And next C is equal to what? A by B. Print of, what is this now? div is equal to comma what? C. Are you getting? Now see carefully, or otherwise you just take like this. I am writing here. Observe it. Program execution started. I am writing here. Print of program execution started. Program execution completed. I'm saying that completed. See my dear students, line number 2 program execution started. Line number 9 program execution completed. Just to see this line number 2 I said. See students, first time you are coming to this point. Save this code and say this and save. Go to this place. 9 a.m. I'm taking here exception handling, or I can say simply exceptions. Okay, inside of it, save this code. Now see that valid input I am giving, successfully it is running. Go to the command prompt. Say here KVR Python 9 a.m. exceptions here students. See my dear students, py and ex1.py. Program execution started, program execution ended. It is called a successful execution. Did you understand? Go there. All of a sudden, I am passing which input? Come on, start all of you. Now I am going to give you the clarity. Program execution started. PVM is going on, coming. Line number 4, 3, 4, no problem. Line number 5, it is coming. It is saying to substitute as what? 10 by, come on ma, 10 by what? 0. 10 by 0 means what? Is it valid input or invalid input? It is called invalid input. Invalid input in Python is known as what? Exception. When an exception is occurring, what PVM will do? It stops the execution immediately. It comes out of the program. Comes out means it will come out of it totally and gives which message by default? Technical error message is coming. Which statements are not executing? 6, 7, 8, 9 are not executing. That is the meaning of what? See that whenever an exception is occurring, PVM stops the program execution abnormally. PVM comes out of the program flow. PVM generates by default a technical error message. Please look at that. Press enter key. Now see, go to this place and save this code once. Save this code. I gave wrong input here. You see, line number 5, you will get it. See, my dear students, I got it. Up to program execution started. Line number 5 it came. Because of this statement, it abnormally terminates, comes out and giving which message? This is called which message? Valid message. Because of which input? Valid input. Because of wrong input, what is occurring? Exception occurs. Exception by default doing what? Abnormal termination, comes out of it and generates which message? Technical error message. Is it recommended? No. That's why we go for separate syntax. So these points are clear or not? First of all, these points are clear or not? Everybody must confirm. Students who are in the online. Is these 3 points are clear, students? Quickly. Because exceptionally, I want to make it as a wonderful. I want to make it as a wonder. Because this is a compulsory component for the strongness of the Python program. Okay. Right. ABC points are completed, students. Now, I'll go to the next point. To do this ABC steps, who is doing this ABC steps? PVM. In Python, everything is doing in the form of what? Objects. Am I correct? Everything is doing in the form of objects, classes, object. In the day 1 onwards, we are dealing this. Every operation, everything is doing with the help of objects. To do this, I am writing here, to do A comma B comma C, A comma B and C, to do ABC steps, PVM creates, come on quickly, PVM creates, this is a new point I am telling to you, PVM creates an object of, an appropriate what? Appropriate exception class. PVM creates an object of appropriate exception class. See here, what is the line number? You see here, what is this? 0 division error. It is called one of the exception class. For which problem? Division by 0 problem. Anything happens, which object is creating? 0 division error. Spell out. What is 0 division error? It is a class. I will explain that. Next class I will go. It is a class. Whose object created automatically by whom? PVM. What I am trying to say is, for every problem, one class is there. For every exception, there is one class is there. One more example, let me go. In this place, let me go. Command prompt level. A is equal to KVR within the double quotes. Now I am trying to convert into B is equal to int of A. Int of A. B is equal to int of A. Am I able to convert that value of A into B? Beginning level conversions I told you. Is it able to convert? No, because the pure strings cannot be converted. It is called one error, one exception. One exception means what will create? Object. Object need what? Exception class. The name of the exception class is what? See that value error. What is that error? What is value error? It is an exception class. I am trying to convert an invalid number format into valid number format. Understand? Like a type error, index error, you take it. Module not found error. These are all called what? Exception classes. I will write that hierarchy in the next class. I hope that you are understanding. To do this ABC steps, PVM abnormally terminate, comes out of the program flow. PVM want to generate a default technical error messages. Compulsory we need what? An object of appropriate exception class. PVM creates an object of appropriate exception class. To create an object of appropriate exception class, definitely it has to create an object. So in simple word, whenever an exception occurs, whenever an exception occurs, immediately what is created? Object of exception is created and generates immediately what? Technical error message. Such a technical error messages we are converting into what? Right. Last and final. I'm writing one sentence. When an exception occurs, then PVM creates, I'm writing here, PVM creates an object of appropriate what? I will write the name of the exception classes and by default generates, generates which messages? My dear students? Technical error messages. How to display? I'm going to give you that. How to convert it to that I will explain to you. Now I'm giving, when an exception occurs then PVM creates an object of appropriate exception and by default generates which messages? Technical error messages. Understand? Tell me. Invalid input gives exception. Exception makes the PVM to create object. That's why in a very hi-fi sentences, every exception is simply called what? Object. Every exception is an object. Now I am writing the 9th sentence. Hence, every object, every exception is one of the object of what? Appropriate exception class. Understand? Is it clear? These are the points I want to make you to understand in my class. If you are understanding this, next class onwards, you never feel any difficulty. Okay, students who are in the online, did you understand this discussion today? Last points, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. 6, 7, 8, 9 points. Is it clear for all of you? Good. Now tell me, any exception comes in Python, what will create? Object will create. That's why every exception is simply called object. Every valid input gives valid result. Every invalid input gives exception. When exception occurs internally, what will create? Object. By default gives which message? That's it. We apply the syntax. We convert the technical error message into which message? That's it. If you want, last point I will write it. 10th point also I will write it. 10th point. When an exception, of course I wrote it already. Invalid input, equation form I will write it. Invalid input. What is this? Exception. Next is what? Object creation. Just only for your understanding. Object creation of what class? Exception class. And next is what? Which message is coming? Technical error message is coming. Technical error messages are coming. This is a note point I can say. Already I wrote it, but I am giving for your better understandable quickly. Better understanding purpose I gave you. So note. So this point you remember, and this note point already well aware of it. Invalid input gives exception. Okay. Exception makes PVM create what? Object of what? Exception class. And makes the PVM to generate what? Exception class and gives by and generates what message? and generates by default what? Technical error messages. This is a note point you have to remember. So I'll stop my class, and next class when I come back, we will talk about what? Next types of exceptions I will explain. So what is the purpose of exception handling? What is the purpose of exception handling? Quickly tell me. Purpose of exception handling is to build robust applications. To build what applications? Strong applications. Right? Right. How many types of errors are there? 3 types. Number 1. Next. Logical errors. Next. Good. What is the purpose of exception handling? To build robust applications. Definition of exception handling: converting technical error messages into user-friendly error messages. Invalid input is giving automatically gives exception. Exception gives object కాదు. Exception gives a technical error messages by default. To create the technical error messages and to abnormal termination, what is created internally? Object is created. That object require what? One exception class. That I am going to explain in tomorrow. What are the types of exceptions? We will enter. Okay. Don't miss the class. Today I will upload the notes. Try to understand. Okay. Thank you, students. Good day. Good day. Yeah, Pranav, what is your question? What is your question, Ma? Pranav, quickly. Quickly, Pranav, keep your question. Can we do web scraping? Yes, we can do web scraping in data science. Web scraping you can do with Python coding with data science algorithms. Pranav, in the beginning days also, in the applications of Python, real-time applications of Python, we can do the web scraping by using what? Python coding, but with the data science algorithm. Coding will be with Python only. Yes. Right. Okay. Okay, Umesh. Right. So, what is that, ma'am? Data visualization also. Ajay Kumar, data visualization also. Mallesh, I will tell you Django, ma'am. I will tell you when my batch will start, I will intimate. Okay. Line number 58. What is the spelling mistake, ma'am? Invalid input. Okay, Ash. Okay, Ash, corrected. Right. Sai Kiran, I am going to show you tomorrow, student. Don't expect exception handling this today only. I will explain to you. Right. Yes, ma'am. Pranav, more than enough. More than enough. This coding, whatever I said, more than enough. In data science, you will come across web scraping. Enough. Fine. Kunal, what is that, ma'am? Sir, will you take some special class for PyTest environment? No, ma'am. That is testing. Testing level, it will be coming into testing environment, that is. In Selenium, you can do that type of testing. Yes. Fine. Okay. So we'll stop the session. Tomorrow class, we'll continue this. Right. Thank you. Good day.